Hey, welcome back to the outfit. I guess we owe you somewhat of an explanation for being completely AWOL, so we apologise to you for not giving you much of an update because we have had some messages from you guys wondering if we're okay, so thank you.
Chris finger, how is it? Update.
It's amazing. The finger's really good. I've still got some nerve damage, but it's fully usable. I still can't really pick my nose or scratch my butt because I have no sense of depth with it yet because the nerves are dead. So that's kind of what I'm missing out on. But I can go to the gym, I can lift stuff, I can grip things. So I'm actually really happy, and I've kept the nail, which is cool. Yeah.
And me, I guess the update. Some people thought we already had a baby, but not yet. I'm 35 weeks pregnant by now. So yeah, it's coming very soon though. So yeah, we're getting ready for that.
You're getting a bit uncomfortable.
And we're on a 4-drive truck right now, so this is great.
Standard.
So where are we?
We are sort of central Canterbury, heading towards a lake called Lake Tennyson, which is technically in the Nelson Lakes area, but this is still the Canterbury side. But we've taken a little offshoot now to do our little 4-drive track to the Ohau River, which I haven't seen before actually. So we're very much in the backcountry in our new little pocket rocket that we'll show you properly at some point today. It is blowing a gale, so we can't do too much talking outside unfortunately because there'll be too much wind noise.
So I guess Chris hasn't specified, but for most of you this area would not be familiar. If you haven't guessed, we are in New Zealand.
Oh yeah, I probably should have said that, shouldn't I? We're in the South Island of New Zealand, which is my home.
Yeah, so it's been around 3 weeks that we've been here. The reason why we are here is, long story short, a few months ago we mentioned on YouTube that we had to stay in Australia obviously to have the baby, but that would cost us at least $10,000. And since then, luckily, I've had a lovely girl reaching out to me. Thank you so much, Claire and Cleo as well, for your help, who basically told me that they were in my situation and they managed to come to New Zealand.
Exact situation.
I know, it's crazy, with like same nationality, visa and everything. And yeah, basically, luckily, because I'm Chris' partner, being a Kiwi citizen, I'm able to give birth here completely free and being looked after by the New Zealand midwives, which the system is amazing. I'll talk about it a bit more maybe in another episode.
It does look superior to the Australian system, funnily enough, so that's cool.
So this is the reason we're here, and it's been amazing. We're staying with Chris' mom. We're very lucky to be surrounded by his family and friends. So yeah, it's been nice to be in New Zealand. So now we'll take you along for the tiki tour and yeah, see what we are up to on this little road trip.
We don't really know what we're doing. I mean, there's not a lot going on in the back, as
pretty
you can
basic,
see.
so yeah.
Very basic.
But nice to do.
Yeah, get out of the house for a little bit and go exploring.
I was doing a bit of 4 driving, but we're getting into a quite steep descent. So because I'm not familiar with the car, I'm letting the expert driving down.
I'm not an expert in this vehicle.
It's definitely different than the Mog.
It certainly is.
But
no, it's nice. It's good. Oh, he's a cyclist.
Gosh, good effort.
It's a good effort. Can't believe how well this vehicle does stop.
So, a little update on a 4-drive truck. We actually have no idea where we're going. We just, Chris had like a plan and we saw the 4-drive truck, so let's do it. But we very close to the end actually. There's a little hut and it looks like now the river is a bit higher than we would like.
Yeah, so unfortunately that was pretty boggy, so not worth the risk for us today because we don't have any gear. Yeah, we'll turn back, not the end of the world, beautiful drive, and we'll head to Lake Tennyson where we originally planned on anyway.
COLLAB, we have arrived to our destination, Lake Tennyson. We are potentially going to go across, but Chris is gonna walk it first. Oh, looks cold. How is it?
So cold.
Looks really pretty. So what's the verdict?
We'll be swimming in.
Yeah, Chris was saying, oh yeah, this lake, we can potentially have a little swim. And I was like, we just arrived. With the wind, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I agree. The wind's ripping off those mountains with snow still on them.
Oh.
Crazy, there's still snow in the middle of summer.
All right, so let's do it.
Alright, found our little spot for the night, which is cool. This is a free camping area, which is nice. You can kind of camp anywhere along this lake. Thought I'd show you this beast. So if you haven't guessed it already, it is a 1997 Mitsubishi Delica, or Delica if you want to call it, which are getting pretty popular in the United States and Australia. They're not as popular here, but I'm sure they will. So it's one of the reasons why we nabbed one when we came over. So we paid 8,000 New Zealand dollars for it. The bloke was asking 10, so yeah, got him down to 8. So I'm really happy with that, because in New Zealand you really don't get a lot of vehicle for your money in comparison to Australia. So 8 grand seems pretty good. It's done 211,000 kilometers. If you're unfamiliar with the vehicle, it's a JDM, so it is a Japanese domestic market import into New Zealand, and it's basically, the easiest way to think about it is it's a Mitsubishi Pajero with a van body. So really reliable, incredible motor. Basically they can do easy 500,000 kilometers if they're sort of looked after. So it's a 2.8 litre turbo diesel. It's got independent front suspension, it's got a solid rear axle, stock, it's got really good clearance, which I like, and at some point Ange and I will raise it because the shocks are a bit stuffed, so we'll lift it up, put slightly larger tyres on it to make it more capable off-road. I would love to spend sort of like 8 to 10 grand doing the whole thing out, which we probably won't anytime soon, but at this stage we're going to try and keep it in New Zealand even when we go back to Oz. So we've got a vehicle here, and this thing's going to hold its value because they are becoming more and more popular. So if you have a quick look inside, yeah, it's not too bad at all. So it's been really well looked after. Kind of the coolest feature actually you can see here. Look at that electronic step. Makes an interesting noise. So this is the inside. It's got tons of room. It is an 8-seater. It has electric sunroofs in the rear, electric sunroofs in the front. Need to do a little bit of maintenance here. It's got lots of room. We'll need to keep probably the front seat so that we've got room for baby, and then we'll probably at some point do maybe some drawers in the back and treat it more like a big forward drive. So we'll probably do roof top tent on the top if we did do it out for camping. I'm kind of tempted. Ange is a bit like, there's no point, but you know, I want to do another build. So let me know if you would love to see a little Deli build in New Zealand, because there are some incredible forward driving and photography, potentially even hunting opportunities in New Zealand. So because we're going to have a boy here who's going to have a lot of family in New Zealand, I'm sure we will come back and forward every once in a while. So it might be cool to have a little adventure vehicle here that's not as much of a handful as Bowser. The other things, yeah, it's got center differential locks, it's got selectable forward drive. At some point I'll probably put some freewheeling hubs on the front. So far this is the first forward driving we've done. It drives really nice, so happy with it. I can understand why they're really popular, especially if the engine can do like 500,000 Ks. So because it's pretty much a Pajero with a van body, I've actually got a little bit of experience in them. You could almost say that the outfit began with my short wheelbase Mitsubishi Pajero. Let me roll that. Welcome back to another demonstrational video with Chris, or the Chris. Today we'll be learning the basics of four-wheel driving. Soon my brother will accompany me, and we'll be heading 2 hours north of Christchurch to a place called Hanmer Springs. The plan for today is just to learn some of the very basics of four-wheel driving, and hopefully get muddy and have some fun along the way. But first, let's just go through some of the things we'll need for our trip. This is my truck. It's a 1991 Mitsubishi Pajero with a 3-litre V6 engine in it, so it goes pretty hard. I've had this truck for a couple of months now and it's served me really well. I've had some custom features put on it for four-wheel driving, like the snorkel you can see here for the deep water crossings. I've got some heavy duty mud tyres to give it that extra traction, and I've got a custom lift kit. It's named Shogun after the samurai warlord, and he suits the name. Today I'll be accompanied by my brother's truck as well, which is a 1992 Isuzu Ermisha with a 3.2 litre engine in it. Now it's actually entirely stock, so it's got road tyres, which is a real shame because I'm expecting Hanmer to be quite muddy. It's a sunny day, but it's been very wet lately. It's been raining a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how those road tyres go when it's trying to get uphill in the wet. Right, for those of you who don't know, four-wheel drive basically just means your truck can make all four tyres rotate separately of each other. That is, it greatly increases the torque and the traction of your truck. This Pajero actually has a built-in diff lock, which increases that torque even more in certain situations, especially when you're going uphill or downhill on a slippery slope or in snow, and even if one tyre's off the ground or more. That basically covers it. We're ready to go. I'm going to meet my brother in Hanmer. It's time to head off. Alright, so as you can see, I had a much thicker Kiwi accent back in the day. That must have been roughly 2012, maybe 2011 that I filmed that. And that was for my design. I did like a video in design diploma after university, and that was one of my assignments. So that was kind of the start of the outfit. My accent was so thick and strong, but I'd never left the country really, so I didn't realise. And then I went and lived in the United Kingdom, and my PT clients could not understand a word I was saying. I had to non-stop repeat myself, which was getting really frustrating. So I ended up really trying to tone my Kiwi accent down, which I think I succeeded at. But yeah, it was pretty thick back there. So when we bought it, I dropped the fluids and the diffs in the transmission and transfer case, the oil, everything basically we redid. We spent about $400 or $500, just did the whole thing, flushed everything out. So yeah, now we've got a nice van as a little potential build platform.
So nice to walk to the mountains, so different from ours. What a change of scene, that's crazy. A few weeks ago we were in Queensland, sweating like crazy.
Not as humid here, that's for sure.
So Bowser is still in Queensland. He's being looked after by our good friends Sharon and Stephen. Thank you again, Sharon and Stephen, for looking after Bowser for us. It's been such a huge peace of mind to know he's in good hands. So we will be back in Oz. We don't know exactly when, to be completely honest with you, but we will be back. We've actually already made some bookings. We're going back to WA. We can't wait to go back to Exmouth especially. So yeah, we'll be there at some stage this year. But in the meantime, we're enjoying beautiful New Zealand.
Yeah.
We actually did a road trip together here back in 2018, I think. We had like rented a little wicked camper van.
Angie's first road trip.
That was my first road trip. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. It was the first time you're in the vehicle, and I feel like you've got so much freedom in a vehicle, so that was really cool.
It was one of those wicked campers, and it just had dicks painted all over it. It was so bad. They've banned those now. And on this mountain here, right behind me, this big one, me and one of my best mates, Davo, did some photography from up there and camped here once before. That must have been a good, maybe 12 years ago. Yeah, that was a while ago.
So yeah, we're just gonna spend the night here. Tomorrow Chris is taking me to another spot. So we'll have dinner very shortly. Very basic. We've got no camping equipment whatsoever. No table, no chairs. So it's gonna be interesting, but yeah, I'm sure we'll work it out.
This place is known, this whole area is known for really vicious sand flies. So as long as the wind keeps up, we should be safe. And they're big, and man, they are vicious. So we bought some deep, but they will eat us alive if the wind completely dies down. So
fingers crossed.
Catch 22.
All right, so this is the cooking situation.
We've upgraded.
God, this is like probably the most basic we've ever been. So we have no proper knife. We just have like some plastic one. Oh my God, this is.
It will still taste the same, I think.
luck doing that with a spring onion.
Gross.
Alright, step 2.
This one won't be so easy. That's not so bad.
Oh.
Look at that.
Gourmet cuisine. The return of Chrissy Boy and his amazing recipes.
The Asian chef. Alright, welcome back to another Cooking with Chrissy Boy.
So what are you cooking tonight? I'm
cooking chicken in a can. It's one amazing thing about New Zealand is chicken in a can. This is teriyaki flavour, some jasmine rice and some teriyaki sauce on the little bush butt cooker. So it should taste pretty good.
Because obviously we don't have a fridge, so we have to do what we have to do.
What you gotta do.
Exactly.
Now we never take Bowser for granted again.
Oh no, we miss him a lot right now. Alright, almost ready.
Not half bad really.
For
Bit
something...
of chewed up carrot, some nice chicken pieces from a can.
Which, in all honesty, it doesn't look too bad.
No, it doesn't. Look at that. Good pieces of chicken. Not that minced chicken, that's gross. It's going to take a while to heat up though, I think.
Alright, so my... Shush. Alright, it's my turn to cook tonight. We're making separate dinners. I just had like plain Tex-Mex, Mexican, quinoa and brown rice, some chili beans, some avocado somewhere, and I've decided this is where I'm gonna set up the cooker on the flat surface. I just found Chris' style a little bit too dodgy for my liking, so I'm trying another technique.
Too inventive.
Chris is having his dinner on the front seat.
It's good actually.
Well, at least you've got more room than both in the Jeep and the Mog.
That's true.
And not a bad view. Pretty good dinner, 1 out of 10.
7?
Oh,
6?
Oh, pretty
5?
good. Oh, that went down pretty quickly. Alright, bon appetit.
Thank you.
What's happening? You being attacked?
Sandflies are here. Because the wind has died down.
So funnily enough, Chris is really good with all kind of creatures that we've got in Oz and everything, but he hates mozzies and all this kind of fine creatures. It's actually quite funny to see him dealing
like parasites.
Flies and mozzies. He just
That's why I don't like our child until he is born.
Oh. If you listen to us, future baby boy, don't listen to what your dad just said. Oh, excuse me. Alright, Chris is getting changed now. Alright, time for me to make dinner. Alright, this is my finished result. Super easy. Hopefully it's better than the 5 out of 10. Is that your final verdict?
Some of this carrot.
No, thank you.
It's very raw. What do you reckon?
Cozy. That's so funny.
Full on van lifers now. Such a good view. It's so cool that these seats fold down into a perfect bed, even with a little incline for the pillows. We're set.
Business class.
That's cool.
It's much better than I thought it would be.
Heaps of room in this bloody thing. We'll remove these back seats, but still.
Hello.
And there's even room underneath.
Just gonna get set up for the night. Chris is gonna make us a little hot drink.
Little chai latte.
And we're gonna watch our TV show that we've been obsessed with recently called Your Honor.
Your Honor.
So that's
with the guy from Breaking Bad. It's really good actually.
That's the point.
No, this is cool. I love it. Beautiful.
That's a nice view.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Big dog.
Oh my god, you big. Oh.
Hello, sir.
Are you cute at the same time?
No.
Alright. Enjoy your breakfast.
3 units.
Was it early?
We're in the warmth of the car. It was absolutely blowing a gale this morning, unfortunately. So we've headed out of Lake Tennyson and now we're heading towards another one of the Nelson lakes called Lake Rotoiti, and they should be much more sheltered.
Got a few little corrugation, but not too bad. In Aussie standards, this is a mile. This is a great road.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, we keep going and yeah, we'll show you where it looks like.
Yeah, 64 kilometers away from the other lake, so it'll take us a while.
According to GPS, 3 hours 35. He's so cute. Look at you. Bye-bye.
So we've just entered private leasehold land, so we were on conservation land that still had cattle and things running through, and now we've actually reached a private area, so we're going to have to go up to, I think it's called Rainbow Hut, and pay a small toll just to be able to access through this land. And this is one of these like irrevocable privilege kind of things, so if they want, the station landholder can just say nah, no vehicles through here anymore, which would be a real mission for us because we want to get to this lake. But it is just the most stunning scenery, and I've never been on this road before actually, not even as a kid. I don't even know if my parents knew this was here. Yeah, absolutely stunning. Everywhere just looks like a painting, and it's really nice to be in the mountains again. Yeah, I love it, and it's good for driving.
And as you can see here, we just crossed like a little bridge, and every time that we can see a bridge, there's usually like a weight limit, which is around 10 ton, sometimes even less, but there's always an option to actually ford the river as well. So we're just like thinking, if we had Balsa here, it would be perfect because all the river crossing would be so easy for it, and that would be so much fun. So yeah, we miss Balsa for that, but at least yeah, the Deli can fit on the bridge nice and easy.
Yeah. We've arrived at Lake Rotoiti. Absolutely stunning. So we just paid for our campsite, and now we're going to go for a walk along that way. It goes right to the end, but that's 3 hours one way, so we won't go that far today.
Hope I can make it.
Maybe we'll do roughly half and then come back. Awesome. And it's boiling hot or freezing cold within every 30 seconds. Yeah. Forgot about that. Alright, get it done.
Hello. You are an angry little bird. He's so cute. Oh, so cute. So we made it to our campsite, which is just next to the lake, with a $1 hot shower, which was really nice. Tonight we've got a picnic table, so that's much more convenient to be able to cook, which is nice. So I'm just making like an engine for Chris and I. Chris is just sheltering inside because there are a lot of sandflies around here, so he's just waiting. And I've got some company. I just took a little clip before, but he's back. I've got a little bird. He's so cute. I'll try it again. Look at him. Look at this cutie. Look at you. You are so adorable. Right, so I'll make the dinner and then we'll show you the view that we've got from the camp because it's a pretty stunning spot. I've got more company now. Goodbye.
Alright, nice chilly night's sleep, but we slept okay actually. We are going to head back to Christchurch now, so it's about a 3.5 hour drive, so we'll head off and we'll leave you here.
Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you made it that far, thank you for your support during this kind of like a weird transition period for us. We'll keep you updated of what's going on in the coming weeks, and hopefully we can squeeze another little trip before Bob arrives.
I hope so. Hopefully it doesn't get too risky because, yeah.
It's getting close. So, thank you so much, and we'll see you very soon.
See you on the next one. Cheers, guys.